Good afternoon, students. I just finished up our day. Oh, it's been a wonderful day of rehearsal and practicing, and just wanted to let you know that you are doing a great job. I know that this is our second week for most of you violin students, and thank you so much for putting a lot of practice and effort into your lesson time each day. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to discuss this part of your lesson time that is crucial to your practice time. Let's go ahead and do some screen sharing, and you'll be able to follow with me. Please practice with me every day, except for Sunday. If you skipped Saturday, then practice Sunday. Okay, so here we go. Today we talked about, in our lesson, actually this week in your lesson, about first position. I just did a quiz with all of you about your letter names of each string and the alphabet. We kind of did a review of everything, and most of you did really awesome. Some of you still need to, review it every day to make sure all this is memorized under your brain, because you're creating what's called muscle memory. So yeah, let's go ahead and just do a review of it. So without looking at the screen, you can do it. Let's see. So say this after me. G comes after what? F, right? Okay, so open string G, open string G, excuse me. What comes after G? Good. If you said it right, keep going. What comes after B? Good job. What comes after D? Good job. So you'll keep doing this, and you'll say to yourself, okay, what comes after D? And then you'll say it. What comes after E? Then you'll say it. Comes after G, then you'll say it. So you'll keep going over and over and over. And then the less you look at it, the more you'll memorize at it. It's okay if you need to go back and look at it if you couldn't remember it. But don't let your cheat sheet be your guide every single day. Try to push yourself in remembering it, So it's just like a video game. The more that you practice at each level, the better you'll get. And the more really cool things you'll find about it that you never knew that you could find, So, okay. So after you spent at least about a good 2 minutes, only use 2 minutes in your whole entire practice hour doing this, memorizing this, this diagram, okay? All right, let's go to the next thing. Okay, we talked about, where is it? Here it is. Okay, so now we're going to talk about your bow technique. Okay, let's go ahead and stop screen sharing real quickly. So we're going to talk about your bow technique. For most of you that are beginners, you either put stickers or straws on your bow. So I have tape on my bow. For some of you that are intermediate, you only have 2 stickers. But for some of you, you have 4 different color straws on your bow. So with each color, you're going to use that as your quarter note. Now, how many beats are in a quarter note? 1 beat. Okay. When you have 2 colors together, you're going to use that as a half note. Half note, green and purple, or purple and green, whatever colors they are. From the bottom to the next color, that's going to be your half note. Half note. What's a half note? 2 beats. So 2 colors equal 2 beats. And then the next 2 colors from your middle bow to your tip of your bow, next colors, half note, color. For example, purple and green or purple. Okay, you got to get the idea now. All right, so then when you get to your whole notes, which are 4 counts, you're going to do all 4 colors. Okay. Now, if you're an intermediate level and you're not beginner, then you'll have 2 colors, okay? And that's where we do eighth notes, okay? So eighth note, eighth note, eighth note. And if you have one color, if you have two colors, that's fine. But you'll go eighth note, eighth note, eighth note, and I'll play that for you in just a second. So yeah, when you go to play this with your metronome, make sure as a beginner, those are watching this video, if you're a beginner violinist, you're going to use your metronome at the lowest part, which would be 40 per beat, 40 per quarter note, okay? This is my metronome. I'll have it set right there on 40. Okay? If your metronome doesn't look like this, that's all right. Anyone would do fine. And if you don't have a metronome, go on Google and type in free metronome and just set it at the lowest part of the thing. Okay, that's what it's going to sound like on 40. Okay. And this is the kind where I have to wind it up, so hang on a second. Good enough. Sorry. Okay. So half note, half note, half note, right? So it's a half note. Those are 2 clicks for a half note, okay? And then for each click is a quarter note. Quarter, 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 okay? So once you got the gist of this, you're gonna bump it up to about 80 per quarter, okay? Bump it up to 80, okay? And then the same exact rhythms, okay? Half note, half note, 2 clicks and a half note, 1 click and a quarter note. Quarter, 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 quarter. And incorporating this with your bow, I'm just gonna blow out some colors here on your bow. If you have a purple and green, so purple, 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 purple. Next part of your bow, green, 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 green. Next part of your bow, yellow, 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 yellow. Next one, pink, 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 pink. Okay, so just go with the metronome. Pink, 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 pink. Next part of your bow, yellow, yellow. Remember, you're not going like this with your arm. You're going out, in, out, in. Keep it straight, keep it straight, okay? Awesome. And then keep going to the next 2 other colors. So as a beginner, you should have 4 colors on your bow. If you're an intermediate, you're gonna have 2 colors. Quarter, 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 quarter. Next part of your bow, quarter, 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 quarter. Next part of your bow, quarter, quarter. Okay. Half note, half note, half note, half note. Now with the half note, you're not going to go up and down. You're going to keep going half note, go up, half note, go down, half note, go up, because you have 2 clicks. Half note, go up. Okay. So same thing with 4 colors for the beginner. Half note, go up, half note, go down. Okay. Same next color. Let's just use pink. Half note, go down, half note, go up. Okay. But when you have a quarter, it's down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. You got it? Awesome. Whole notes, 4 clicks in a whole note, the whole bow. And when you do your whole bow, make sure that your arm is not going in this way. Make sure your arm is going like this, okay? And make sure that your bow, okay, when you have your bow out to the very top of your bow, make sure your thumb is curved. Make sure your pinky is curved, okay? Let me rephrase that. Make sure your thumb is curved, but your pinky's gonna straighten when you go do a down bow. When you come up, the pinky's gonna curve. Okay, watch my pinky. Straight, curved, straight, curved, straight, curved, and less time, straight, curved. Okay, so let's just pretend you have a pink color straw here, or a pink sticker, and a green sticker here, or a green color of the straw. Pink, purple, pink, purple, okay? All right, now here we go. 4 clicks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, and down. Watch your pinky and curve that thumb and curve that thumb. Always adjusting and curve that thumb. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. If this is too fast, bring the tempo down a little bit slower. You know, you do a little bit every day. Set your alarm 5 minutes. I should have said that at the beginning, but set your alarm for 5 minutes. You're going to do this exercise 5 minutes every single day. All right. The next thing we're going to talk about, doing that exercise. If you feel comfortable enough, do the exercise. Place the bow on your violin. Okay. But if you're not comfortable with it yet, just do the bow on your arm. You might get some rosin in your arm, but don't put the horsehair on your clothing, okay? If you don't like rosin on your shirt. But okay, here we go. Yeah, you can do it without it, or you can do it with it if you feel comfortable, okay? So it's the same idea. Here we go, 80 per quarter. Pink, here we go. Next part of your bow. And you can do this on any string. Okay, now half notes. Okay, all right, now let's do whole notes. Ready, go. Check your pinky. Curve your thumb, and last time. Good job. All right, now spend about 5 minutes on that if you so desire to play your bow on your violin. If you don't, like I said before, put the violin down, just use the bow with those exercises, okay? All right, so if you need to rewind this, okay, and time yourself 5 minutes with that exercise, go ahead and do that right now. Okay, now, so the diagram that you're going to use is, let's do screen share. This fella right here. Here's your quarter notes. Quarter, quarter equals what? Half note. Now, if you already know this, always refresh your memory every day. Just because you know it doesn't mean you need to be cocky and think, I know what to do. No, okay. Some of you students are starting to get a little fuzzy with that. So remember to always be humble and refresh your memory every day. It's just like a video game. Just because you know exactly what to expect because you've done that level before doesn't mean that some other enemy is going to come up and find you and it's unexpectedly and you kind of forgot about that enemy that you were like, I've got all my weapons that I'm going to use in this level. But you never know if something unexpected might happen in that level, in that video game. So always be prepared, always be humble, and don't be timid to go further into memorization. And some of you have not been able to go further into it because you're still a little scared. Like you may think this is too hard, but it's not too hard. It can be real simple. You just got to apply yourself and say to yourself, I can do this. I am smart. I am talented. I know I can do this. So don't be scared. Okay, but don't be too cocky where you think I know this. You don't be like that. All right. Okay, so be humble. All right. Now, I'm not saying you personally, if you're watching this video, I'm not saying you are like that, but be humble. Okay. All right. Dotted half notes. All right. Now, some of you have already done this. Some of you haven't. But let's go ahead and look at it. Dotted half notes. Okay, 3 beats. You're adding that little dot. That little dot will represent what? Half a beat. half a beat. This is for my intermediate level. But beginner students, go ahead and listen, okay? So a dotted half note is a half a beat. When you add that dot to a note next to it, you're adding value. So what is this beat going to represent? A dotted half note, which represents 3 beats. Same idea if I had a dot next to this quarter note, it's going to be added for a next value, more of a value to what? A half note, but it's a dotted quarter note. So that means a half note is also equaled to a dotted quarter note, which remains it to be 2 beats. Okay, it sounds the same, looks different. You're looking at it in a different perspective. Okay, all right. We all know what a whole note is. This guy right here, the little circle, we know that. So if you were to play all these 1, 2, 3, 4 notes together, what would it sound like? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, splitting it all together, putting it together, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. All right. Now let's go down here. Let's look at these dotted half notes right here. Same thing as up here. Dotted half notes, 3 beats, plus another dotted half note, another beat. Okay. So 6 beats. 3 and 3 is 6. Y'all know that. If you've done addition, you've already know that. But playing it is another thing. So remember, 3 notes. You can do 3 notes. Or just whole notes, or actually just 1 note. 2, 3, up, 2, 3 as a beginner. But intermediate, it's okay. All right. So that's all for this. Let's keep going. So the main thing is that you focus on rhythm building for muscle memory. You want to keep going. You don't want to decrease your brain. You want to increase it each day. And challenging yourself is very important. Always challenge yourself. Don't be timid. Don't be scared. Okay? All right, let's go back to screen sharing. Okay, so most of my students this week were able to look at this diagram here. This is the first position. This diagram is the same as this one right here that we first looked at in the very beginning of the video. So, hang on a second. There we go. All right. So this is where you're going to start looking at spaces and lines and how it looks different than this diagram. So you've got E as the first line, F as the as a space, G as the line, A as a space, B as a line, C is a space, D is a line, E is in space, and then above it is your F as a line, and then above that is your G as a space. I didn't think about to do the G, but you know it's there. So with looking at that, let's keep going down. We have an easy music alphabet. Okay, this is a refresher. If you already know it, do it again. Okay. All right, here we go. The C major scale starts with a C and ends with a C. It is consisted of 8 notes, so is an octave. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the violin, it looks like this. Starts with a C, ends with a C, right? Okay, so C, third finger on the G, open D right here, okay? And then first finger on the E, second finger on F, third finger G, open A, first finger on the A, which is B, and then second finger C, okay? Now, the most interesting thing about this is that you've got sharps and flats in between these notes. I know, right? Ah, something new. Mind blowing. I know, right? But calm down. It's going to be all right. You're going to get it. So in between these notes are sharps and flats, which sound like this. I'll see it. It's just on my violin. You got open G, first finger. Now here's what it's going to sound like. Ready for this? Here we go. A flat, A sharp. Here's A. There's A sharp. I only moved that much from A to A sharp. Okay? And then when I separate my fingers on my violin, it's going to be A, B, A, B, just like on that diagram. So this is what it sounds like. G, A, B, natural. A, or G, A, B, which is what we're learning right now. But in between those two notes is a sharp, okay? Okay? But don't play it, but I want you to understand that part of the music theory behind it, okay? All right, now between B and C on the G string, which is 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are going to be close to each other. 2 and 3, which is what? B and C. B and C. They're half steps, okay? There's nothing in between them. There's no sharps, no flats, okay? There's nothing in between them. So if we did a chromatic scale, which is consisted of naturals and sharps. Now what I'm talking about is for beginners and intermediate levels, all right? So G, A sharp, B natural, C, C sharp, and D. Okay? It's the same idea. So if I were to take a pen and draw this out for you really quickly. It's going to look like this. Don't you just love me? I do everything in the spur of the moment. Not everything. Don't do what I do in this sense. There it is. Here we go. Draw a line. You can do this with me. Totally do this with me. Okay, draw a line. Right? G. Do it with me. If you don't want to do it, just watch. All right, now B. Now A. Okay, so G, A. Then A sharp. Okay. That's what I just played for you just a moment ago. G, open G. Then A, which is 1. A sharp, which is also a 1. And then B. Okay, that's the second finger. That's that second finger, okay, on the open G. And then you have what comes after B. B sharp. We're going up the scale. We're not going down. When you go down the scale, that's where you have flats, but because it sounds almost the same, but we're going down the scale. Okay, or going up a scale. Going up a scale, okay? Hang in there with me. B sharp, okay, is in between. Now you heard it, but it's an interesting fact that when you have B sharp is the same as C. I know, mind blowing, right? It's the same as C. They sound the same, but it's a little different, okay? So, let's go on to C as also the third finger, okay? Also the third finger. All right, now, you don't need to play this right now, but I just want you to have an understanding that this is a chromatic scale, okay? And the music theory behind it is very interesting. You might think it's a little confusing at first, but this is going to pop up later on in our lesson plan. Okay. I just want you to have a brief understanding about how it works. Because again, you have G, A sharp, B sharp, which is also C, and then D as your fourth finger. Okay. So it's going to look like that. Okay. Awesome. Might I remind you, add something, when you have between A and between G and A, you also have a sharp. So G sharp is right between these two. G sharp. It's really close to the let me show you. You have open G, right? Then you have way up here, not right here because that's the A, way right here, that's the G sharp. Then you have A. Then you have what? A sharp. Then you have B. Then you have C sharp or B sharp, which is also a what? B sharp is also C. And then you have what? Then you have C sharp. Then you have what? D. Okay, this is what's called the chromatic scale. I know it might be a little hard for you to understand, but I want you to at least listen. And don't figure it out in your head. Don't be analytical. Just listen, okay? So one more time. Open G, A sharp, and then what? A. You hear the tone? What comes after A? A sharp, and then B, and then A sharp, which is also C, and then D, or C sharp. You hear the tone, and then D. And if you want to go, D sharp. Okay, but you get the idea of it. The main thing you need to know is just to memorize this guy right here. Just memorize this guy. Just memorize that, okay? Don't get flustered about what I just taught you. Just know that there are sharps in between those notes, okay? I'm not expecting you to play it. All right, so if it's too much information for you and you're like, Miss Danielle, this is too much, I can't handle it. Well, that's all right, just listen and you'll gain something. All right, now, ooh, I lost an earring. All right, let's go ahead and take this other off. It's gonna bother me the whole time of my video. All right, so now we're gonna do the scale. Let's do the scale now. Okay, now get your bow out, get your violin out. Let's go ahead and play this. So C, third finger, open D, 1 on D, F, natural, which is a half step, you see it? And then third finger down, which is what? G, open A, B, C sharp, or C natural, which is what? A half step. You see how close they are? Go back down the scale. 2, 1, open, 3, 2, 1, open, 3. Now if I went too fast, well, let me play it slower. Play it with me. Open, 1, 2, 3, open, 1 and 2. Back down, open, 3, 2, 1, open, 3. Good job. Awesome. Okay, now, if you couldn't see me playing the violin, let's go ahead and you can see that again. Look at my fingers. Look at my fingers. 3, open. Keep your hands near the fingerboard, but don't put it down. 1, 2, see how close they are. 3, keep your fingers down. Up, up. 1, 2. Back down 1, open, 3, 2, 1, open, 3. Okay, and only spend about 5 minutes on that. If you need to set your timer, go ahead and do that. But play it 5 minutes. Play it for 5 minutes, okay? All right, the next thing we're going to look at is, hallelujah. Oh, that was a lot of work, but you did it. Good job. The next thing we're going to do is your lesson plan. Most of you are on lesson plan 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, depending on your level. If you are beginner level, you should be at lesson 3 and 4. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. You should be at lesson 4 and 5 right now. If you have any questions about that, remember it's not that hard, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about the ear training for lesson 1 and 5. This is in the Alfred's Essentials Music Theory book. Okay. Okie dokie. So, it should look like this. Okay. All right, the first thing is number 1, you will hear low and high sounds. Circle low if you hear low sounds. Circle high if you hear high sounds, okay? All right. There is a CD that goes with this book, but I'm going to mix it up a little bit and do it my way in this case. Okay, here we go. So, this is a review. Here we go. Letter A. Do you hear high or low sounds? You're going to close your eyes or put your hand over your eyes and just listen. Don't look at my violin, or I can move out of the picture. I want you to tell me if it's, what do I do with my violin bow? There it is. Okay, tell me if you hear a low or a high note. Okay. Is that a low or a high note? Okay. Letter B. Here we go. Letter B. Okay, good. All right. And I'll give you the answers in a minute. Okay, letter C. And if you need to rewind this to listen to it again, by all means, go ahead. Letter D. Is that a high note or a low note? Okay, letter E. Okay. Letter F. Okay. All right. Is that a high note or a low note? Okay, so number 2, listen to the examples and indicate whether the sound note is lower or higher. Okay, it's the same idea, but a little different. Okay, in the first one, you were to circle low or high. Number 2, you're going to listen to the examples and indicate whether the sound note, the second note, is lower or higher. The second note, not the first note, but the second note. Okay, here we go. Okay, was the second note higher or lower? This is letter B. Okay, was the second note higher or lower? Well, L for lower, H for higher. This is letter D. L for low, H for high. Okay, that was letter E. Okay, awesome job. All right. So number two was higher, higher. Excuse me. Letter A was high. Letter B was high. Letter D and E was low. Okay. All right. I didn't give you the answers for one because that was really easy. So you should be able to tell if it's high or low. Okay. All right. Okay. Number 3, up and down. You will hear 3 sounds now that go up or down. Circle the arrow pointing up if the sounds go up. No, I'm kidding. Or circle the arrow pointing down if the sound go lower. Okay, here we go. And I will tell you the example. I'll tell you the answer. Okay, here we go. Close your eyes if you can see my violin. Here we go. All right, I'm having fun with this. Okay, here we go. Letter A. One more time. Okay. Give you about 30 seconds. Or maybe like 10 seconds. Okay, did you get it? What was it? Was it high or low? It was high. Ah, good job. I hope you got it. Okay, letter B. What was it? That was letter B. Was it high or low? Holly, hello, Holly, hello, Holly, hello. What was it? Good job. Good. Yes, I was high. It was air going up. All right. Letter C. Okay. Was I going up or down? Yeah, I was going down. All right. Good job. All right. Letter C. Or excuse me, just letter D. Letter D for dog. Here we go. Last time. Was I going high or was I going low? Think about it. Good job. I was going high. Good job. All right, here we go. Letter E for eagle. I don't know how an eagle sounds, but anyway. Here we go. Letter E. One more time. Is it going down or up? Think about it. Good job. I was going down. Oh. Okay, good job. Letter F. Last one. There we go. Okay. I was going up. Good job. Yay. Good job. All right. Number 4. Listen to the notes in the treble clef. The notes will be played from low to high in ascending order. So listen to the track. Here we go. One more time. Listen. That was quarter notes. But those notes are half notes, a lot slower. Good job. And if you play it with me, awesome. If you didn't, eventually you'll learn. Okay. So number 5, listen to the notes in the bass clef. The bass clef. Well, do you play bass clef? No, I don't play bass clef. You don't? Why not? Oh, you're a violin. Whoops. Okay, so let's skip number 5, unless you want to hear it. Let's play on the piano. Okay, here we go. So what's the first name? What is the first letter of that note on number 5 in the book? It's going to be a what? Think about it. What's the first line? G. Next note down. F. E. D. C. It's a C, right? Okay, here we go. What it sounds like on the bass clef, all right? On the piano. All right. Those notes are much lower than the G string, okay? All right, number 6. Number 6, listen to the following notes and indicate them, please, whether they sound like they should be notated in the bass clef or treble clef. Mark with a B for bass clef, T for treble clef. Okay, here we go. Ready? Letter A. Here we go. Listen to the following notes. Should they be in treble clef or bass clef? Should that be in treble clef or bass clef? T for treble, B for bass. Should be real simple for you. So smart. Okay, letter B. Should this be in bass clef or treble clef? Should that be in treble clef or bass clef? Good job. Okay. Letter C. Should this be in bass clef or treble clef? It's pretty obvious. Letter D. Should this be in treble clef or bass clef? Should that be in treble clef or bass clef? All right. Letter E. Here we go. Should this be in treble clef or bass clef? Should that be in treble clef or bass clef? Good job. Letter F. Should this be in treble clef or bass clef? Pretty obvious. All right, letter G. Should this be in treble clef or bass clef? Give you a moment. All right, letter H. Here we go. Should this be in treble clef or bass clef? Let's see, I'm trying to think. Ah. Good. Good job. It's pretty obvious. All right. So, good job. Excellent job. All right. So you will be given something. I hope you wrote with some pencil, not pen. I should have said that to you earlier. Do this all in pencil. Now go ahead and erase this because there will be different notes. Yeah, different notes. Not the same thing. I'll be playing in your lesson next week for page 8 for ear training for lessons 1 through 5. Okay. All right. We'll be doing 1, 2, 3, and 5. Track number 5. Blah, 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 I can't speak. Number 4 and 5 is just a clear understanding of how it sounds for treble clef and bass clef. Okay. You'll be quizzed on 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay. Awesome sauce. Remember, you're going to be different notes. All right. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is your song. For all my intermediate students, remember to practice with this lovely friend. This is the lovely friend right here. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm weird. I'm sorry. I just love being really fun. Okay, so remember to practice with your metronome and do not practice because you need to practice every day or this will feel neglected. Okay, this thing has feelings. Okay, practice. All right. Hey guys, listen. If you need to rewind a certain section more than once, just to listen to it, make sure it's marinated in your brain, go ahead and do that now. Thank you so much for watching. Go over certain sections that are supposed to be for your level as a beginner or intermediate violin student of mine. Have a fantastic day and then go outside and enjoy your day. Okay? Awesome sauce. Have a great one.